Compassion is the basis of morality. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Mostly it is loss, which teaches us about the worth of things. A sense of humor is the only divine quality of man. Great men are like eagles, and build their nest on some lofty solitude. Change alone is eternal, perpetual, immortal. It is difficult to find happiness within oneself, but it is impossible to find it anywhere else. Marrying means to have one's rights and double one's duties. One should use common words to say uncommon things. The person who writes for fools is always sure of a large audience. Life is a constant process of dying. We forfeit 3/4 of ourselves in order to be like other people. Every man takes the limits of his own field of vision for the limits of the world. Hope is the confusion of the desire for a thing with its probability. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, it is accepted as self-evident. A man can be himself only so long as he is alone, and if he does not love solitude, he will not love freedom, for it is only when he is alone that he is really free. Compassion for animals is intimately associated with goodness of character, and it may be confidently asserted that he who is cruel to animals cannot be a good man. Happiness consists in frequent repetition of pleasure. No rose without a thorn, but many a thorn without a rose. Every parting gives a foretaste of death, every reunion a hint of the resurrection. The shortness of life, so often lamented, may be the best thing about it. The safest way of not being very miserable is not to expect to be very happy. Almost all of our sorrows spring out of our relations with other people. There is no more mistaken path to happiness than worldliness. Wealth is like seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become, and the same is true of fame. If we were not all so interested in ourselves, life would be so uninteresting that none of us would be able to endure it. Life swings like a pendulum backward and forward between pain and boredom. He who writes carelessly confesses thereby at the very outset that he does not attach much importance to his own thoughts. Faith is like love. It does not let itself be forced. The business of the novelist is not to relate great events, but to make small ones interesting. Politeness is to human nature what warmth is to wax. Sleep is the interest we have to pay on the capital which is called in at death, and the higher the rate of interest and the more regularly it is paid, the further the date of redemption is postponed. Music is the melody whose text is the world. Reading is thinking with someone else's head instead of one's own. We seldom think of what we have, but always of what we lack. Rascals are always sociable, and the chief sign that a man has any nobility in his character is the little pleasure he takes in others' company. If we suspect that a man is lying, we should pretend to believe him, for then he becomes bold and assured, lies more vigorously, and is unmasked. Ordinary people merely think how they shall spend their time. A man of talent tries to use it. What a man is contributes much more to his happiness than what he has or how he is regarded by others. Life is full of troubles and vexations, that one must either rise above it by means of corrected thoughts, or leave it. Men are the devils of the earth, and the animals are its tormented souls. Whatever torch we kindle, and whatever space it may illuminate, our horizon will always remain encircled by the depth of night. After your death, you will be what you were before your birth. Life is short and truth works far and lives long. Let us speak the truth. No one writes anything worth writing, unless he writes entirely for the sake of his subject. Each day is a little life. For where did Dante get the material for his hell, if not from this actual world of ours? Night gives a black look to everything, whatever it may be. Nature shows that with the growth of intelligence comes increased capacity for pain, and it is only with the highest degree of intelligence that suffering reaches its supreme point. Solitude will be welcomed or endured or avoided, accordingly as a man's personal value is large or small. If God made this world, then I would not want to be the God. It is full of misery and distress that it breaks my heart. Universal compassion is the only guarantee of morality. Any foolish boy can stamp on a beetle, but all the professors in the world cannot make a beetle. Other people's heads are too wretched a place for true happiness to have its seat. Men need some kind of external activity, because they are inactive within. The more unintelligent a man is, the less mysterious existence seems to him. Honor has not to be won, it must only not be lost. For it is a matter of daily observation that people take the greatest pleasure in that which satisfies their vanity, and vanity cannot be satisfied without comparison with others. Money is human happiness in the abstract, and so the man who is no longer capable of enjoying such happiness in the concrete, sets his whole heart on money. Buying books would be a good thing if we also could buy the time to read them. The world is my idea.
If you liked this video, we have more in store for you. Support us by subscribing the channel and clicking the bell icon.